Hi guys, and welcome to another video. And as you can see, the weather is so much warmer here in Sweden now, and it's just gonna get better over the weeks to come. I'm very happy about that. It will make my life much easier making these videos for you guys. And I want to say thank you for all the comments and questions over the last week. It makes it so much easier for me to make videos, come up with topics. So just feel free to keep commenting, asking your questions. I really appreciate that. And I just had my pre-workout coffee. That's like my ritual before every workout, like 1 or 2 coffees. And if you feel that like you benefited from my videos, if you feel that the tips that I've been giving is useful for your muscle up journey, there's this really cool page called Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll put a link to it in the description below. And you can actually just click on it and then buy me a coffee. And that's a really cool and easy way if you feel that you want to support my content and stuff like that. So if you want to buy me a coffee, I appreciate it. The link is in the description below. So my last muscle up workout was 3 days ago. So now it's a perfect time to do my second one. I usually do 2 muscle up workouts per week. I think that's the sweet spot for almost everyone. If you're also training other stuff, because that will give you enough time to recover between muscle up workouts. And before I answer your muscle up questions from this week, I will do my weighted muscle up workout containing of 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So basically a muscle up pyramid with 4 kilos. And after that, I will dive into all your questions and hopefully give you some good insights and tips that can make your muscle up journey faster and safer. And if you've been following me for a while, you know how much I stress the warm up before the muscle up. How important I think it is to do first a general warm up and then warm up your actual muscle up with lighter or with thicker resistance bands. Because then you can also assess your explosiveness of the day and really get those fast twitch muscle fibers firing, waking them up a little bit. So I usually do a couple of sets with the purple band and just really thinking about being as explosive as possible. Getting my joints ready, my muscles ready. And also, before I forget, I would recommend warming up your wrists. If you ever had a wrist injury, you know how long it takes for the wrists to heal. So just prevent that by doing some wrist rotations, some waves until they warmed up basically. It's an easy thing that's really beneficial for your muscle up journey. So after I warmed up with the purple band, I'll warm up with the black band for a couple of reps and a couple of sets here as well. I was exaggerating a little bit about how warm it was. It's still kind of cold, so sweater on. And that felt good. No soreness, no small aches or pains. Okay, 1 more rep with the black band, then onto body weight before my weighted muscle up set. Okay, doing my first couple of singles with body weight. Okay, 1 more body weight single muscle up before moving on to 2 kilos. Okay, I got my ankle weights on, 2 kilos. And if you're not used to warming up properly before your muscle up workout, I can highly recommend it, because if I would just jump into my working set, my body wouldn't be like ready for the muscle up basically. So when I warm up like this in a progressive manner, my explosiveness is much better, my risk of injury decreases, and I'm basically having a better workout and getting more gains. So 2 kilo warm-ups, singles as well. Okay, 1 more single with 2 kilos. Okay guys, so the warm-up is complete. The 4 kilo ankle weights are on, and I'll just do the pyramid 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Just trying to make this pyramid as easy as possible for the next weeks. Okay guys, rest for a few minutes. Now 2 muscle ups. So this is the top set, 3 muscle ups with 4 kilos. So when this set feels kind of easy, it's when I switch to 5 kilos. Let's see how it feels today. One, 2, 3. It felt like medium, so not quite there yet. Now I will do 2 muscle ups and really trying not to kip as much. 1, 2. Okay guys, last rep with 4 kilos and the pyramid is done, and then I will start answering your questions. So the first question is, do you loose up your wrists and they follow, or do you rotate them on purpose during the movement? So this is a really good question. So basically what he means is, like when you're transitioning from the pull-up to the dip, there's a few things that's going on. So basically he's asking me if when I'm pulling up, do I loosen the grip a little bit here so I can rotate the wrists, or do I rotate them at purpose? Do I think about rotating my wrists like this? Do I think about doing this? So basically what I do is, before I do any muscle ups, I'll check the bar. So if the bar is sticky, it's harder to transition from the pull up into the dip. So if my hands can do this, like rotate freely, the rotation of the hands won't even be an issue. I never think about it. My hands are just rotating automatically as I transition. So basically when I'm pulling up and then getting over the bar, they are just rotating and I don't have to think about anything because the bar isn't sticky. So that's why I recommend not using chalk or doing muscle ups on a sticky bar. If you're training for the iron wrist muscle up, which is when you're gripping the bar like this and you don't move your wrists on purpose, that's another thing. But if you just want to do a normal muscle up, I would recommend just hang from a normal grip on a bar that's not sticky. Your hands shouldn't be sticky. Then you don't have to think about the transition at all. I will do a muscle up for you and play this in slow motion so you can see how my wrists are rotating by themselves. I'm not thinking about rotating my hands and wrists or anything. I'm just pulling as hard as I can and throwing my chest over the bar. So another really good question. Is it me, or do you feel much more explosive and pull higher when your hands are closer together and you are targeting the biceps more? And that is so true. If you are a beginner, I would recommend having this kind of a grip, like shoulder width apart. For the most part, this is where we feel the most explosive. The wider the grip, the less explosive we usually feel. Also, like if you watch weighted muscle up competitions, most of the guys are using like a narrower shoulder width grip. Some are using this, but most of them are using the narrower grip. So you can just play around and do a few muscle ups with the wide grip and some muscle ups with the narrower grip. And also important thing that you said in the comment was, if you focus on pulling with your biceps, you will actually feel more explosive as well. And then I will also recommend hanging from a normal pull-up bar grip, like not an overhand grip. Because if you're hanging from an overhand grip, you will naturally pull with your lats more. If you're hanging from a normal pull-up bar grip, you will naturally pull with your biceps more. So this is something that you can play around with as well and see where you get the most power, where you feel most powerful. Because that's what we want. The explosive pull-up is like 90% of the muscle up. Okay, another really good question. I started training 5 months ago. I was able to do 1 to 2 pull-ups. Now I can do 12 clean pull-ups and 15 with, a little bit of bad form. But I still can't muscle up. I'm 14 years old, weighing 75 kilos, 185 centimeters tall. Do you think I need more strength to do it? What do you suggest? Excellent question. So this is a very common question. People ask me, I can do X amount of pull-ups, why can't I muscle up? And first of all, it's good that you can do 15 pull-ups, but not for the muscle up. That's more of a prerequisite for the tendons and muscles to be ready for the muscle up, because the muscle up is a very taxing movement. But the thing is, with pull-ups, you're using slow twitch muscle fibers. And you're using a completely different technique as well. So when you're doing pull-ups, You have usually a wider grip like this, and you're pulling your elbows to the side and back in a very controlled fashion like this. So you're not activating your fast twitch muscle fibers at all, which is the key for the muscle up. So if you don't train your fast twitch muscle fibers, you're never gonna get explosive. So what I would recommend to incorporate in your training, a lot of people would say do explosive pull-ups, but I would recommend start doing half muscle ups. Choose a resistance bands of your choice, and then instead of doing explosive pull-ups to your like belly button or below your chest, do half muscle ups. The goal is to rest your stomach on the bar. Use a small swing forward, and when you're about to swing back, you pull up as explosively as you can and just lean forward on the bar, okay? So you just do this for reps. And that is a much better way to teach the body the movement of the muscle up instead of just doing explosive reps. Because when you're doing just explosive reps, you don't know how high you have to pull to be able to transition over the bar. And do it for reps. And then as you get stronger, you use thinner and thinner resistance bands. If you want more muscle up tips, I would recommend watching this video right here.